Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Today we're going to start lesson number 3, that is from chapter 1. So we have here this lesson on your textbook page. For this, you need to open, that is 48, 48. Everyone, your textbook page number 48. Yes, Basil. Yes, my dear, why you raise your hand? Yes, Mr.
Can I read? Can I read,
first,
Mr.?
first I will explain, then I will give chance for you to reading, okay? But first I
Okay.
will explain. Oh, thank you very much. Now, please, everyone, open your textbook page number 48. So from here, we're going to start this lesson in which we have the lesson objective. After this lesson, you will be able to know these things, okay? These are mentioned here. Yellow bullets that mention here the vocabulary words actually. So let's start this lesson. Before to start, first everyone open your textbook page number 48. Yes, Abdul Rahman Shweb. Yes, my dear.
Mr.
Yes.
You say you will give a link. The link is not in the chat.
After explaining this, I will send the link. Okay. Thank you very much. No problem. Okay. Now, how are plants classified? If you remember, my dear, in the last lesson or in the last week, we learned and discussed about animals, okay, in which we discussed different phylums, their classes. We learned about vertebrates, invertebrates, backbone, without backbone, and we learned about different groups of animals. Now, after understanding or discuss about the animals, here we have to move on the plants. So let's start about them. All plants need space, air, water, and sunlight. Very well that animals, they can't prepare their own food. So what animal done? They just eat from their mouth. But for plants, it's totally changed. It's different. Plants need air, space, water, and sunlight. So in most cases, plants can obtain air and sunlight. Just a minute, it's little bit a change here, I feel. So yeah, now it's okay. Now, in most cases, plants can obtain air and sunlight directly from their environment, mean to say from outside. Where a plant is grow, it can easily get the air and sunlight from the sun easily, directly from their environment. Transporting water and other nutrients can be more difficult. But if you're going to just little bit find a plant that can how transport water and the nutrient from its roots, it's little bit difficult. But for air and sunlight, it's very easy. If a plant in an open environment, it can easily get these things. But for minerals and for water, that is little bit difficult. If a dry environment or a dry land, their water is not available, then it's very difficult for a plant to grow. But it is a difficult process, so it can done. There are types, non-vascular plants are small and survive without a transport water system. So we will discuss about them. If the non-vascular plants, they are small and they don't have tubes and they have no any type of transport system in them, like mosses, for example, reach height of a centimeter or less. So if give the example of the mosses, they can just reach the length of 1 centimeter or less than this. Their parts are very close to the ground to absorb water directly. If you remember that, in the last lesson, we also discussed about vasculars and non-vascular plants. So in them, we discuss about the veins and the tubes, okay? Vascular plants don't have the same size, limitations. Trees, for example, can grow to height of more than 66 meters, or you can say that 200 feet. How do trees get water up to their height? Branches and leaves. So a plant, its height is up to how much? It's mentioned here, my dear, 200 feet. So it's mean this 200 feet is not a small height. So how a water can go up to this height, and the leaves and the branches that present on that height, how the trees get water up to their higher branches and leaves. Inside a tree trunk there is vascular system. You remember that these are a special type of tubes, which is a series of hollow tubes. These tubes can transport water and nutrients to the top of the tallest redwood tree, where they are used by the plant. So this water moves in the height of the plants with help of these tubes, okay? Or we can say that these hollow from inside and the water is moved from them. Now vascular plants are divided into seed plants and seedless plants. So that is very important part for you to learn and understand. The vascular plants we can divide into two. Number one is seed plant. Okay, this is type 1. And second, seedless. Seedless mean without seeds. So you can see here, as we learned in vertebrates and invertebrates, like with backbone and without backbone, same with seeds and without seeds. Okay, now seed plants such as pine tree and flowering plants produce seeds. A seed contains an undeveloped plant, stored food, and a protective covering. So you know very well a seed contains what actually a seed. A seed actually you can say that a small or tiny plant, but it's before to grow what it can have in it. So a seed can an undeveloped plant, stored food, food is also stored inside that one, and a protective covering that is also present in it. So till here, if you have any question, my dear, please raise your hand. Otherwise, type no in the chat. Till here, if you have, thank you very much, Maz. Okay, well done, very nice. So here you can see that these are the vascular seedless plants like ferns and horsetail. Yes, Salah Ahmad. Yes, my dear, what is your question?
Teacher,
Yes,
I
my
didn't
dear.
understand the vascular plants,
Okay,
the vascular system.
Okay, listen, if you remember in the last lesson, we discussed about a plant that have tubes, okay? Inside a plant, there are tubes that inshallah we will discuss in the next part of this lesson also in detail. So we name them vascular plants, and if there are no tubes in them, we name as non-vascular, okay? So inshallah in the next part of this lesson, we will discuss this in detail. Now, after that, you need to open page number 49. Okay, everyone, please open your textbook page number 49. Here, my dear students, before to start about these seedless plants such as ferns produce spores. A spore is a single cell that can develop into a new plant exactly like the plant that produced it. Spores have a tough outer covering. It protects them from drying out until they find the right condition for growth. Okay, you know that a plant just they give spores. Spores just like you can say that seeds, but they are not like a seed because these are single celled and they can develop into a new plant, same its parent, same its before a plant. So spores have tough outer covering that is protected from drying until it finds a space where it can grow easily. Now, this is a time for you. I'm going to share with you a link where we're going to discuss about in detail about gymnosperms and angiosperms. So what are these two things? First, everyone open this link that I'm going to share with you now in the chat. Everyone, please open this link. When you will open this link, the window will pop up in front of you is that one. So here I am going to show you this window where you can see okay, it quickly will come. Okay, now, so when you will open this link, the window will pop up in front of you is that one. So here I just make a very simple definition of gymnosperms and angiosperms. What are these? So here differentiate between gymnosperms and angiosperms. What are these? So first of all, we're going to learn and discuss about gymnosperm and angiosperm. There are two main seed plants. We name them gymnosperms and angiosperms. What are gymnosperms? A gymnosperm is a seed plant that does not produce a flower. So that is very important for you if you're going to see a plant or if it does not have flowers in whole his life. So we name them, these are gymnosperms. Okay. Now the second type of plant we name as angiosperms. What are these? The angiosperms plants in front of you, you can see that angiosperm is a seed plant that produce flowers. If there are flowers on them, we name them angiosperms. Now here the differentiation between them. So this in the red color, I'm going to tell you about the gymnosperms, and in blue color, you can see the characteristics or the feature of an angiosperm. So the gymnosperm naked seeds produce in cones. Number one. Second thing, don't produce flowers. We know very well. And the third thing includes pine trees. These are the examples of the plants that comes in this group. So this group. After that, when we're going to study about the angiosperms, seeds protected by a special covering. Number one. Number two, produce includes all flowering plants. If you're going to see all flowering plants, we put them in the angiosperm. The students, they just join the meeting. Please open the link that I share in the chat. When you will open the link, you will also come on the same window where I am. Here you have a couple of examples. You can see that in angiosperm, the example are here: tomatoes, roses, walnuts, oranges. While when you're going to see the gymnosperms, shrubs, some white flowers, giant, these are the examples of angiosperms. Now, after that, I'm going to take you back on your textbook. Here we have on page number 49. So you can see here easily, seed plants can be divided into no flowers or with flowers. You can say that without flowers or with flowers. These are their examples. Okay, these plants that belong to two different groups. So now let's going to discuss in detail about that. There are two main types of seed plants. Number one is gymnosperms, that is in front of you. So we name them as gymnosperms. And angiosperms, this the second type of seed plant. A gymnosperm is a seed plant that does not produce flower. That is very important point for you, my dear students. They include pine, firs, and other cone-bearing plants. The gymnosperms have hard seed that are uncovered. Their seed is very hard and that is not covered. Now, the second type of seed plants we have angiosperms is a seed plant that produces flowers. So it produces flowers and we can see flowers in these types of plants. All angiosperms have seeds that are covered by some kinds of fruits. Some angiosperms have familiar fruits such as apple. This is the example. Plums, these are the examples. Other angiosperms such as grasses have smaller and less colorful fruits. So you know very well all about them. Okay, my dear students, still here. If you have any question, please raise your hand. Otherwise, type no. Everyone, please quickly. Okay, well done. Very nice. Excellent. Okay, that's great. Okay, now Rakan raised his hand. Yes, my dear. Yes, Rakan.
Yeah.
Yes, why you raise your hand, my dear?
I just want to read.
Okay, I will give you the chance. Okay, after that. Okay, yes, Abdullah. Yes, my dear. Yes, Abdullah, you can unmute your mic. Abdullah Saad, please, you can unmute your mic if you have a question, please.
Yes, teacher. Teacher, today we will write a task.
You can write, but it's still on Thursday. The task will end on Thursday. Okay. Okay. Now after that, angiosperms are the most plentiful of all plant types. There are about 2,500,000 different kinds of angiosperms. Some familiar angiosperm plants include tupo, maple tree, rose bushes, and corn. So these are the examples of all types of plants that we discussed today. Now, after that, my dear students, please open your workbook here. This your workbook page number in front of you is 13. Page number 13 from your workbook, and you need to solve first 4 fill in the blank. Number 1, number 2, 3, and 4. So the blank number 1, small plants such as mosses which survive without a transport system are called dash. So you need to write the answer here in number 1. After that, page number 13 from your workbook, second that you need to complete, plants that have a system of hollow out tubes to transport water and nutrients are called dash. You know very well about them. Then the question number 3 here, a seed plant that does not produce flowers or fruits is called a or and dash. Okay. Then the last question of today's homework, that is about a seed plant that produce flowers and some kind of fruits is called dash. So after completion of this, what you need to do, you will take the picture of your this page, workbook page number 13, and you should write here your name, your class, section, and date. And after that, you should WhatsApp me this homework. Okay. Don't forget to send me your homework. And the student, they still didn't buy their workbook, please, you should buy your workbook. All the books are available in the school bookstore. Don't forget about that. For example, how you should write your name, like if I am a student, so what I'm going to do, I will write my name here as Muhammad Ashfaq. I will write my name here like this. I will write here section now 5B. Okay. And then I also mention here date. So today the date is 20th. Now, like this. Okay. So then you will complete all these blanks. After that, take the picture or screenshot. If you don't have still, you can take also the screenshot and then WhatsApp me on my WhatsApp number. Okay. Till here, if you have any question, please raise your hand. Otherwise, type no. Everyone quickly. If you have any question, my dear, well done. Very nice. Excellent. That's great. Okay. Okay. That's good. Okay. Well done. Now, after that, the link that I'm going to share with you, please open this one. The link that just I'm going to share in the meeting. Everyone, please open this. When you open this link, the window will pop up in front of you is that one. Here, you can easily find the definitions of these two topics that just I share with you. So that's help you to understand more, and more examples I put here. So that's make the topic more easy, understandable for you. Yes, anyone want to ask anything? Yes, Kusei? Okay, okay, well done, very nice, excellent. So here are the examples. So how can you differentiate between these two types of gymnosperms and angiosperms? You can have different examples here. You can see from also from this link and also from your textbook page. Now we're going back to your textbook page. That is 49. You can see here the definitions, almost both definitions are similar, examples almost same, and you can see here the other example that I mentioned here. Okay, anyone want to ask anything, please? He can raise his hand. Okay, good. That's great. Excellent, my dear. Welcome. Thank you very much. Thanks for your nice comments. Thank you. It's my duty, my dear. Don't worry. Okay. Okay, now I just want to know if anyone still didn't have his science workbook, please. He should raise his hand. Anyone still didn't buy or purchase his workbook? Please raise his hand. Yes, Ahmad Muhammad, my dear.